Hello and welcome. My name is Waldo and I've purchased the cheapest tractor-loader-backhoe in my area on Craigslist. Today I'll be introducing it and installing, in my opinion, one of the coolest engines ever made. This is my Dynahoe 160 Series 3. I've decided to name him Dino because, well, he's a bit of a dinosaur. He was made in the early 1970s by a now defunct company called Bucyrus Erie. Now, he may not be pretty, but he is a very capable machine. This beefy backhoe can dig a hole 16 feet deep. The machine weighs in just under 16,000 pounds, and the loader has a large 1.5 yard mechanically self-leveling bucket. Now, I paid $3,000 for this machine, and as with many things that I buy, it doesn't run. The previous owner told me it had a head gasket failure and had been sitting in a field for 2 years. This brings me to the engine. Upon closer inspection, I found that the engine was seized. I pulled the cylinder head off and found that water had gotten into cylinder number 1, causing it to rust. I also had the cast iron cylinder head tested, which found several cracks. I decided to replace the cylinder head and fully rebuild the engine, and here it is. This is one of the coolest diesel engines ever made, a Detroit Diesel 353. It's a 2-stroke diesel engine rated at 90 horsepower. These engines are well known for 3 things: being very reliable, leaking lots of oil, and being very loud. With Detroit Diesel being a division of General Motors, these 2-stroke Detroits earned the nickname Screamin' Jimmies just because they were so loud. Not only is the engine loud, but it also makes a distinctive exhaust note, owing to the fact that it is a 2-stroke engine. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get this thing installed. So before I get too far ahead of myself, I just want to give you a quick walk around. As you can see there, I have the loader arms propped up and the bucket removed to facilitate access to the engine. There's a big gap there where the engine goes. So we've got a Borg Warner, I think it's a 4-speed transmission, shuttle shift. These front hydraulic cylinders look like they're in pretty decent shape. I think the loader is going to work without too much trouble. I think it should work. Hopefully it won't leak too much. As for the cab, well, it's pretty rough. There's a lot of cleanup needed in here, and the floor is really quite rusted out. Nothing I can't fix, I think, but yeah, it's got a heater. It's missing some glass. It's got some broken glass, but that's the cab. It's also missing this door here. We got the rear tires, seen better days. It'll get me by, it'll work, but I'm gonna keep my eyes open for maybe a good set of used tires. What size are these? These are 16.9 14-24. So yeah. One of these stabilizers is up. The other one just kind of fell down on its own because the cylinder's leaking. We've got, I mean, let's look at the size of this ram. It's huge. It's like, I mean, there's my hand. It's a pretty, oh, I have big hands too. It's a pretty big ram. Hopefully that's in good shape. We got this bucket here, and this back cylinder is in pretty rough shape. You can see someone welded this plate onto it, and the end cap here is being held on by those bolts. And then this is pretty scored and pitted and rusted too. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens with this one. I hope it works as is. I might have to replace it or get it rebuilt. It's also missing that hose too, so this isn't gonna work right off the bat. But anyway, yeah, this is the machine. All right, the plan is to get the engine off the stand and onto the hoist here, and then, as you can see, the surface here it's dirt. It's kind of a loose surface. This engine weighs 1,000 pounds about, so there's no way I'm going to be able to move this by hand once it's on the hoist. So my plan is to use ratchet straps or something like that, maybe a come along or two, to pull the engine hoist, maybe hook it down below there and kind of pull it into place So I don't know, we'll see how that goes. All right, so here's my problem. The engine it's almost in place, but it's a little too high in the back, which is going to prevent the torque converter from sliding onto the input shaft of the transmission. So I don't have an engine leveler, unfortunately, and I also am doing this solo today, so I don't have anyone to help me sort of manually tilt the engine. So I'm thinking I'll probably put a ratchet strap maybe around the chain here and up here, and kind of pull the front of the engine up, and that might work. All right, it is in and it is lined up. This is super exciting. It's time to get these transmission to flywheel housing bolts installed. All right, so I got all of the transmission to engine bolts torqued down good and tight. Next I need to prep the oil pan gasket for installation. I'm using this Permatex high-tack gasket sealant. So first I'm going to install the oil pickup tube. It's kind of important and I don't want to forget about it. I put a new seal on it. It won't suck up air. Before I install the oil pan, I'm just going to wipe the mating surface down with acetone. Remove any oil that's built up there. I am so excited to have this engine installed, and I'm really excited to get it running. But it's dark out, it's getting cold, so I'm going to end the video here. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see me try to get this thing running in the next video, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.